What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Weird Wars podcast. What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Weird Ones podcast, episode 153. I go by the name of Keenan. We got Johnny in the building.
That's right.
That's right. So, yeah, that's right.
We got Lindari in the building.
Present.
And we got Chris in the building.
Yo, what's up? Did you say Johnny?
What did it do, man?
You skipped Johnny?
Don't matter.
No, I said
he
Johnny.
was saying, is that right?
And then he
Is that
questioned
right?
153. Y'all should stop questioning me.
I just feel like that number is the same as it was last week.
No, you gotta think we'd be 156 by the time we leave.
Yep.
That's what, 3 years or whatever.
How many?
Yeah. 3 years.
3 years.
Podding. Do the math.
Why are you looking at me like that? Like the math ain't math.
It ain't mathing in my head, man. It ain't math.
It's 52 weeks in a year, right?
Yeah.
Times 3.
Yeah.
One
But
yeah.
we take off a week every year.
Oh, yeah.
So
you know what we
me.
do.
Don't fucking play with me, motherfucker.
Last time I ride with you, nigga.
Can't say he always right. So.
Did we take off a year though?
We take off a week every.
Last week we
years
took off
had.
for the
We
award
just took
show.
off. Oh yeah, the award show. We didn't do an episode.
Yeah, I could not remember what we did last year instead of. You know what? That math ain't math. You sure it's 153?
It don't matter, bro.
It's
We here.
153.
We here now.
Yeah.
Have y'all heard 21 Questions? The new 21 Questions?
There's a new 21
Bro,
questions.
it's a dude who's out here singing the lyrics of 21 Questions. Like, didn't change a word, but
I'll pass.
I heard
it
on the
good?
radio. It's just a nigga singing.
So it's like
It's
an
not like he putting his heart into it.
R&B version of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I thought the original was an R&B version of it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, but when you think about it, the shit's old, bro. Like
That's fair. It is like
2003, bro.
20. Yeah, 20. Yeah, that's fair. I guess I'll give a nigga a pass.
2003, bro. That shit came out.
Well, whatever.
That's
Math be
nuts.
mathing.
That's nuts.
Kanan was a good artist.
Who?
Happy birthday to my nigga Lindari.
And there.
Happy 21st birthday to me.
21 plus.
21, man. Got him some drinks.
Yeah.
You can drink now.
Had my first beer. You know, I was like, oh
Man.
Big boy
drinking
now.
that.
I'm sure you were drinking before then. I'm positive.
I can remember back drinking those highlights when I was in like 7th grade, I think.
Highlight. Remember them commercials? Highlight.
Yeah, they did it
Super
right.
Bowl commercials.
That was genius.
They did it
It
right.
was, yeah. You know you can drink your own piss.
Oh, my God.
You should stop saying that.
Oh my goodness! You know what? I think Chris might have been right about that percent rain thing.
That is not
The
true,
what?
dude.
The percent rain thing.
No.
I mean, it's debatable because 2 people said that last night. I was like, wait, where'd y'all hear that at?
You know, there's
They were like, yo,
Y'all
there's a
kill me
chance-
for that.
There's a chance more than one person can be wrong, right?
yeah, but there's a chance that we could be those people that's wrong.
Y'all kill me for that.
I
but
don't
it's
think
okay.
I'm wrong either.
Nigga,
but-
the news says a 40% chance of rain.
A 40% of that area has a chance to get rain.
That's not
I
true.
don't
we're gonna have to, Google that and
That's
just
okay. It's okay. It's
get
cool.
a definitive.
It's
It's
answer.
not true. I Googled it already. What are you talking about?
I don't believe that shit.
But that's fine.
Meteorologists ain't that good.
They are. They're horrible at their job.
What?
They
Meteorologists are horrible at their job.
I think they are too.
Yeah,
These niggas be
wow.
taking shots in the dark every day. You think they're good?
I mean, they're forecasting the weather like days out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't control the weather. They be like, oh, this is what I can see, and then
They
the weather
forecasting
changes.
the weather that day and be wrong.
Yeah.
I never watch. You don't watch.
Them niggas
You
be
don't
like,
watch
it's
a
gonna
meteorologist
rain,
in the
like-
morning. They be like, "Yo, it's gonna rain." It's just no rain nowhere.
Oh,
How many
that's
have light
definitely
showers
happening.
somewhere?
How many
That's
times
definitely
have you
happening.
watched the news and they be like, ladies and gentlemen, prepare for a snowstorm. We don't get a lick of shit.
All the time?
Yeah.
They will close school
Yeah.
the
Yes,
next
nigga.
day and
Yes,
we'll get like an
nigga.
inch of snow.
But they'll be like, "Yo, the storm dissipated over Wichita."
Nah,
Yeah, of course they're going to cover their butt,
I mean,
though.
I would lie too. If I was
Well, this cloud moved this way instead
y'all
of
just
they
that
like-
about to fire me. Man.
Anybody can be a meteorologist
It
then.
did
Yeah,
something, bro.
Show.
For sure.
All you
Y'all
doing is
outrageous,
reading
nigga.
charts and graphs all day.
For
Like, I
sure.
think it's about to happen.
I'm up there with my farmer's almanac like, yeah, nigga.
Hey, y'all crazy, man. That's gonna be little.
At least you know.
Bro,
At least you know.
If you look at your Apple thing, well, this week, you know, this time of year, like basically a thunderstorm can break out at any time. They basically just had it rain all week. It'd be like, oh, well, it might rain, it might not.
Carry your umbrella.
He ain't lying.
Or if you look,
that motherfucker be 30% every day.
yeah, and if you look
Shit
at it
like
the next
this,
day,
man.
it'll just change.
Some random person who's a meteorologist gonna see this and be like, "Fuck no."
Call me. I
Call-
need to
I'm
know.
calling the
Put it in
game.
the comments, man.
They gonna call the
Let
game
me know.
and be like, "Fuck them."
Our
School me.
podcast has a phone number. You can we'll bring
We
it
do?
up. Yeah, remember we got the Google phone?
Bro, that thing died a long time ago.
We'll have a new number. We'll have a new
They
number.
said this has not been used for so long. We're
Yeah,
avoiding
just,
it.
Just send a text to it. I do it all the time.
Oh my god, I can't. Look, let's start since y'all talking shit about people's jobs. A woman named Deshonda was on a podcast called Women of Tomorrow, and she said something about giving your jobs 2-week notice. She said, basically, I give them the same love they give me, and I don't think most jobs would give you 2 weeks notice
before they fire you.
before they fire you.
Of course, they wouldn't.
It gets worse. Like contractors, if a contractor goes in there and gives them his 2 weeks notice, they give them their check right then and there and be like, get the fuck out of here.
At least they give you the check though.
No,
Look,
but I'm just
you gonna
saying.
get my check.
But I'm just saying,
like right
Sometimes
there,
they
like,
might mail it
better.
to you.
if I come to you with the courtesy, so that way, shout out to my nigga Fry again. So I can ease this
Shout out.
transition. He called me on that shit. But no, like I get it, but
It depends.
The thing is, though-
the only time you need to give a 2 weeks notice is if you might want to come back, if you don't want to burn
That's
the bridges.
what I was just about to say.
You know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
have no problem with do it how you feel. But for me personally, like leaving my old job to go to my new job, I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna pan out. But just in case I need to backtrack this month, I'm gonna do the proper protocol so I can ease my way back into this thing if I need to.
So the thing is,
Did you give McDonald's a 2 weeks notice?
no, they fired me on a day off.
Oh,
Didn't ask if he had any bills due.
So look, she did say this. She said, I feel like if jobs want the expectation that everyone gives 2 weeks notice, then they should pay you out for like a month after they fire you or something like that. A month, 60 days, 90 days. Because people have shit going on. You might, you got kids, you might have or parents you're taking care of, you might be sick, you might be planning on starting a family. And that just got me thinking, like, are we too loyal to our employers?
But hold
I feel
on.
like a lot of people are.
Hold on, before you answer that, the thing is, did you do something to get fired?
That's a part of it too.
Now, if you got laid off, then yeah, that's wrong.
But,
Layoff
most
is
of the
different,
time
but
when you get laid off,
they give
most
you
of
a
the time
severance
they give you a
package.
severance package.
But if you just trash
So
at your
they'll-
job
but if-
and you get fired, then no, you don't deserve a 2 week notice.
Hold up. Let me.
You ain't think about that
ponder
part.
that. Yeah, hold up.
Because I believe in that too. Like
Yeah.
if you are performing trashly and you deserve to be fired, whatever the case,
Trashly. New word alert.
Zoom in on me with that.
whatever the case, like if you showing up late and you get fired for not being on work on time, or if you just not performing at the
Not
level
meeting
that they expect you
deadlines,
to
yeah.
do, and you get fired for that, then no, you get what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like when you took that job, you told them that you would be able to do these things, and then you came in and went totally the other way. This is not what we signed up for. You don't fit here. Sorry, we got to let you go.
understood.
But if it's the layoff, they should. In most cases,
Usually
they'll
they
give
do,
you the
but-
severance package and you figure it out.
That's in like, I'm trying to think how I want to say it. Like,
What-
that's in like when you got big corporations, they might do that. But the smaller places, even if a layoff, fire, whatever, we got reduced work, work hours. They just like, look, we don't need you no more, man. Thanks for the help. We'll let you know if we need some more help down the road. But
It'd be like that.
at big companies, they might be like, Ford, we land off 1,800 people.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Ford's getting like 2 weeks, are they? It
I
just
don't
kind of
think
seems like they put it in the paper and they be like,
Honestly,
damn, they
I
laid
feel,
off 1,800 Friday.
honestly, people that I know that working for that have been laid off, they do know. They know way in advance.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
They just don't know it's gonna be them, but they know.
I got a family member that works for Ford. She goes back and forth, but she'll be like, "Yeah, I'm about to be laid off next month."
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
But then they'll come back, though.
but then they'll bring them
Yeah.
back later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
they'll still pay them out though, even when they laying them off on whatever that time period, and they get to file unemployment and all that shit.
So they lay you off. You can file unemployment, then you can come back.
And then when you come back, the
Yeah, 'cause
unemployment's
they're
gonna
union
stop.
employees though,
Yeah, the unemployment's gonna stop once you go back.
so they
and
gotta
then you
bring
back
them
to
back
making again.
before they hire other people.
Yeah, but I know in at least 2 cases where she got probably a month notice that she was gonna be laid off.
I feel like at my previous job, they would say like, we're going to have a reduction in force. You know, they use those words.
Yeah.
They don't call it a layoff. It's a reduction in force.
I've seen it both ways with big company. My old job, I've seen them lay people off and do the severance package, and I've seen them in that same set of layoffs be like, sorry for you.
Yeah. So one job, we're going to do a reduction in force, but they don't tell you who it's going to be. Then they get closer and closer, and they be like, hey, you, come in here, we got to have a meeting. Then you go in there like, yeah, we're going to have to let y'all go. So next Friday's going to be your last day. Then my current job, I've seen at the railroad where they sent out an email to people, hey, we need y'all to jump in this Zoom meeting. Go back to your headquarters, make sure your truck's there. We need you to jump in this Zoom meeting. And people jumped in the meeting like, oh, what's going on? Yeah, listen.
About that.
It's done. They like, yo, put the computer in the truck, put the keys in the truck. We'll fly somebody out there to get the truck. Don't matter. We turn the computer off in 10 minutes and your phone's already turned off, so don't try to call us back.
Damn.
Dang.
You know
That's cold. I feel like that's cold.
There was
what
a
did we
thing.
report on? I was about to say we had a story where they brought everybody into a big ass.
Oh, that
Zoom
was the
meeting.
company with
Yeah.
the CEO. He brought him into the meeting.
Yeah.
And he was like, y'all fired, and he just closed his laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's cold, and that's where
Like, it
the
probably
whole-
wasn't that dramatic, but it was like, yo, that day you found out you lost your job, and like an hour later your computer was off, your phone was off.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
see,
cold.
that
That's kind of
sucks.
like, boom, get the, I don't. That's where the loyalty side of it come in, because if I would have did that to y'all would have been crying. Why you leave us? Give me bad references and everything moving forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But y'all can do that to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
But you would think that was that's a big company, a railroad company. Like, you
Yeah.
think they would handle that a little different. Like, I understand if you're a small company,
Shit.
down the street, a hole in the wall diner, and you like, we can't afford to pay you no more. Today's your last day. Like,
Nigga,
I mean,
everybody
I kind
found
of
out.
understand that a little bit.
Everybody found out Keyshawn got fired.
Yeah.
ESPN went crazy.
Prime
Yeah.
example, like, yo, basically we just fired the whole. They should have just said we took the show. Where they like, no, we fired Keyshawn, Max. Did they fire Jay Williams?
Yeah.
Jay Williams. Like, so basically you fired all the hosts of the show. What about the show? Well, we ain't got no host. Like, what?
Yeah, big time chops.
And Max Kellerman I feel like he been at ESPN,
a long time.
Max was cool though too. I liked him. He was one of the ones that I liked.
Yeah, but they,
Yeah, they let off a lot. We got that on.
and I bet Max Kellerman had like opportunities to go to another like network, like
For
a
sure.
Fox or Sports.
Fox Sports.
They'll probably
one.
still have those opportunities.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I wonder if we would just be too loyal.
It's not
For
as
me-
bad. It's not as bad as it used to be.
I about to
Like,
say for me, I'm not.
We say
Okay.
I'm loyal to the check. I ain't
nigga-
gonna hold you.
my nigga Johnny on a pogo stick.
Hey,
Well,
I
I
ain't
mean,
gonna lie
like,
to you.
they tell you now though, like if you don't get a promotion within like 2 to 3 years, you might as well switch to another company.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
They said you can make more in the long run if you just
Yeah.
switching jobs every 2-3 years, and you getting a little bit more at each job.
Yeah.
But
Sign
growing
on-
up, we
sign
were
on bonuses.
We were
and all
taught
that
like
shit.
you stay
Yeah.
at your
Yeah,
job.
that's
Getting your
how it
own
used to be.
raises, basically making your own raises.
That loyal to one company shit is over.
Yeah,
Like I'm gonna work here so long, Lindari. Like I'm gonna work here for till I retire, and I'm gonna bring my son on. That shit don't happen no more.
It depends on the job.
It's rare.
Yeah, but like some jobs are still like good jobs. We like, yo, if y'all got shot, put in an application. It's a good job. But a lot of places just like, I'm just here for the check. Every job you're there for the check. But it's always like, yo, this company is actually a good company to work at. Mm-hmm. And those are like far
That's
and
where
few
I'm at
between.
now.
Yeah.
Like, Kiwi was cool to work. Kiwi was cool. But at the time where I was at, I'm chasing the buck. But now that I'm here, I don't
Kinda
think I'm
rich.
going nowhere.
You know what I'm saying? Once you get rich,
Not
you
even
like,
that.
Yeah.
But
what's
I
another
just don't-
100,000 to me?
Yeah.
I don't think I would.
I got a parking spot.
I don't
up
think
front.
I'm leaving. I think I'm gonna ride this thing out. I don't see no benefit in me leaving unless somebody come and offer me another 50% more money.
For sure.
But at the end of the day, if like say you were at Kiewit and you saw them like just fire a bunch of people in one day, does that make you look at the company different? Like, I need to start planning my exit strategy.
That was a thing. That was a thing in 2020 when that set of layoffs that I was talking about. Like we had been hearing about them coming for months, that they were about to lay off a bunch of people. But like you say, you don't know who. But so I was still one of the newer people there though. So in my mind, they gonna start at the bottom, probably cutting niggas' legs off. I'm counting niggas up under me. You know what I'm saying?
When you start, Frank?
Yeah, I'm counting niggas up under me. Like, yeah, okay, he not that good. He started after me. He not that good. But then, as it got closer to it actually happening, this was where I can honestly say the supervisor at Kiwi was more loyal to me than he probably had to be. But he came to me and was like, yo, layoffs are right around the corner, so we gonna tuck you away over here just in case they even thinking about it. We gonna take you off the radar. And he put me in estimating a different part of the company where it ain't the same.
So he put you on like the injured reserve, like in football.
Basically, he was
pup list.
Basically, on the pup. Like, no, he don't count towards our active roster. He hurt, bro.
That is. Because so the way that company is set up, even though it's all Kiewit, you got KPE, which is Kiewit Power Engineers, and then you got KPC, which is
a lot of
Kiewit
name
Power.
dropping.
They cool. I don't work there no more. KPC is Kiewit Power Constructors. So I was in KPE. They were laying off in KPE. And he was like, yo, just to kind of hide you away, we're going to put you on KPC side. They don't do layoffs on that side like that. So you going to be cool. You stay there for a year or two. We be straight.
So then a few months later, you
And
told
then I
him,
came
like,
back.
hey.
And then he brought me back to KPE.
Hey, I'm about to roll out, bro.
But it wasn't the same supervisor at that point.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, I thought it was the same dude.
Nah,
man.
I'm
You're
like, yeah, you
now I'm
nigga,
about to
you
roll
scared.
It
out.
wasn't the same supervisor.
I appreciate you tucking me away.
I gotta do what I gotta do for my family.
That's
Man.
what it came down
I
to.
feel
Even leaving there though, the new supervisor, that supervisor that did that, like I feel like he was doing that. We and him we weren't that cool. Like I probably only talked to him a few times, but it was everybody else were like, he's a good worker. He get his stuff done. We don't have to worry about him. We need to keep him around type deal. The dude who took his spot though was like my dog. So like telling him I was leaving was way worse than me having to tell the other dude, honestly. You know what I'm saying? But because being the dude that's the manager there now, he still texts me every now and then now. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my dog. We went to LA on the side of the mountains blowing tree. You know what I'm saying? Like we did that. That's my dog. So, when all of that job transition stuff happened, I had to go into him about it was like, I actually felt kind of like, and it might go back to what we talking about, like that loyalty that you have. Like I feel like it was more about loyalty to him than to the company. But like that was a tough conversation for me. I'm like, I gotta do it because I can't leave this bread on the table. But I wish it could have been another way.
Did you cry in the car?
Nah, bro, ain't no crying.
I think a lot of time it's like you more loyal to your coworkers, like because you know the job. So it's like
That's definitely
if I'm out next day, I know what it's gonna do to y'all because now y'all like, holy shit, we gotta, you know what I'm saying, we in scramble mode. So I think a lot of people, even though they don't really fuck with that employer like that, because that's probably one of the reasons they leaving.
Yeah.
They got coworkers like, I'm still cool with these coworkers. Like we hang out outside of work. That's gonna be weird if I just like leave them in, in a blind like that. Then they see me at the bar like, well, fuck you.
It was pro that air.
But then, or like my staff that I have now is cool, but I mean, I'm trying to leave. So if I leave, like, I know who they'll have to report to, and it kind of sucks.
That business.
That's what I'm saying. But
To how I look at it. But like I said, I understand it because that conversation, I remember, so, off on a tangent a little bit about that situation, but as soon as the offer came through from the new job, I had to submit this stuff for a reference check, and they wanted to call the manager. Boy, I hadn't had a chance to talk to him yet. But, this is like 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock p.m.
Call him up.
This like 4 o'clock 4 o'clock p.m. I'm like, all right, I'll accept this. Woo-choo-woo. I'll go into the office tomorrow, sit down with him in the morning.
They called that night.
They called that nigga at 5.
oh yeah, you told us that story,
leaving, right?
They called that nigga at 5, bro. He's on my phone like an hour later. He shot me a text like, man, I just got a call from some weird company talking about a background check from you. I think it's
not you, bro. It's that doggy back there.
That's
Johnny
wild.
setting
I'm like,
alarms.
how
Little Johnny
unprofessional.
setting alarms.
I don't know what that is. No, it's a whatever.
Look
man.
like a Teletubby
It's
or
a
something.
B. But anyway,
We need a studio.
We do.
he hit me that night. It was like, yeah, I got a email. I got a call from some weird company talking about reference check.
Some weird company.
He's like, I thought it was
He
spam.
said I thought it was spam, so I ain't answer it. But is something I need to know? And I was like, dang, bro, I I'm like, so I responded back like, bro, I got too much respect for you to do it over a text, so I'm gonna just come holler at you in the morning and we chat it out.
You a real one, Johnny.
I mean,
That nigga probably had that that shit in your stomach when you
I
don't
can't
want to have
ignore
that
it.
conversation.
Yeah.
I can't ignore it.
you can't ignore it.
I thought I was gonna
Motherfuckers
stop.
jamming.
That motherfucker jamming.
5 minutes later.
You think you got ghost in here?
Who
Go on the
touched that?
stairs.
Nobody touched it.
That's crazy. It just went by itself.
That mean-
ain't did that ever.
No, it was been doing it since I got here. So I thought Lindari was watching something. I didn't realize that was under the table.
When the kids was down here, because that thing, I ain't heard that thing.
All right, let's rock
got
and roll.
ghosts,
So
man.
basically, don't be too loyal to your job.
Take
Only
days
give 2
off.
weeks notice if you're trying to, you know what I'm saying,
Most
you need to go
definitely
back.
take days off.
I think that's a big one too.
Yeah.
I used to be. I
learned that the hard way.
I used to be a slave to the overtime because like
Yeah.
the way they said it was like if you take off during the week, your day of overtime won't count.
It'll
So I
count
was
as
always-
regular time.
I was
Yeah.
always at work
The
every
fuck?
day. Yeah,
Yeah.
That ain't how that goes.
they lied to us, G.
Because it's your working hours in the week. So basically, if you work overtime, it'll just be extra regular time. It won't be time and a half.
I don't know.
It depends on
If
how
you take
it was.
off.
Because
It
my
depends
shit,
on how you did
my
it.
shit now.
You can
40,
do
40.
It. No, that's not true with the city. With the city is
Fuck the city.
if you
then.
work longer than your day.
I said that a few times.
If you if you work longer than your day through the week, it don't matter. Or even like so you can take vacation on Monday, but say you come in Tuesday and you do 2 hours extra, like you do 10 hours instead of 8, you can still get paid PT or time and a half
Overtime.
for that.
No, but that's if
you
it's
take-
emergency.
That's not true. I did that the whole time.
We not about to debate
Yeah.
the city
Yeah.
pay
Oh,
no,
policies.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
and then but if you like take vacation on Monday and then be like, I'm gonna put in an extra day like Saturday.
Saturday don't count.
Saturday gonna be on
Oh,
Saturday.
that's bullshit.
Saturday
I need to
regular
get a
time.
union,
Yeah.
man. That's
Saturday
crazy.
regular time.
Anywho, but I will say, as far as the 2 weeks go, you know what you did and how that play, and if you don't want to burn that bridge, put your 2 weeks in. If you don't really give a shit, don't show up. What they gonna do? Fire you?
So I will say before we move on, a lot of places I know of, if you say I'm putting in 2 weeks and you go into like a competitor, they just let you leave right then and pay you out. Like when I worked
they
at
didn't
Honeywell,
have
if
it
you
for
said
me.
I got a job at Garmin, they were like, oh, okay, give me your badge, and they just walk you out.
Yeah,
they
they
just
didn't
like
give me that.
you still gonna get paid and everything, but we can't have you in a plant.
I ain't give me that option, and went to a direct competitor.
You worked them last 2 weeks?
Yeah, except for the last day when I went up there to turn in all my stuff. They were like, so what you gonna do for the rest of the day? I was like, I don't know. I'm like, you got my laptop, you got my badge. They was like, you might as well just go home, bro. I was like, I was thinking it.
And they paid you for the rest of the
Yeah.
day? That's cool. Little.
I mean,
let's-
what's one more day?
Let's move on and talk about this asshole in Indiana.
What he do?
Oh, dang.
All right, so let me tell y'all, where the hell is dude? Okay, Damian Boyce, 31 years
It's a
old.
black man.
I'm not gonna jump to conclusions. I didn't see no pictures.
I've
in the
only
story.
met like one Damien that wasn't black.
Just kind of like Dante.
Exactly.
Like
I
it's
only
only
know
one
one
white
white
Dante.
White-
so,
that's
you know.
probably why they call him White Dante.
Yeah.
Exactly why
I know, I know a white Tyrell
I do.
Who is that? I feel like I know
With
this person.
Beamer.
contractor. He
Yeah.
worked for She Digs It.
He worked
All
for
right.
Beamer.
He done been all
Or
over
unless
the
he
place.
moved.
Back at
Nah,
it, back
he-
at
she
it, back
did
at it.
some-
We're
Bring it
getting
back
off
in.
track.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Damian Boyce, 31,
Probably
walked up
butchered
to a
that.
woman outside her home, and then he robbed her with a gun.
Okay.
Then he said, "Take out your phone and lock me in on Facebook."
Oh.
Yeah.
He thought she was fine.
He thought she was, he's like, I didn't
I
see
don't
all
even
that.
wanna
from back
rob
there.
you.
Yeah, he's like, what? What's all that jiggling back there? I didn't see that from the shadows and shit. So then he ended up
Girl, you won't believe how we met. He was
Yeah.
robbing me.
he ended up reaching out to her on Facebook multiple times, talking about, "I'm gonna get you back the money. You too pretty to rob and shit like that." And I don't know what he thought was gonna happen, but it happened the way it should happen. Where she's like, "Yo, police, this the dude that robbed me."
Basically, here's your evidence. He
He thought
texted
she
me
was gonna
that.
be loyal, basically.
But basically, yeah, he's in a little trouble for that.
So
I'm sure.
Darwin Award.
Is that a Darwin?
He ain't dead.
Well, Darwin's when they died, man.
Yeah, he ain't dead, but
It don't matter. We need to do Darwin Award for people that lived through it, and it was still stupid.
Okay.
I forgot what that. I think
said
that's
while he was pointing the
play
firearm,
stupid games, win stupid charges.
the male asked her to add him on Facebook so he could pay the victim back for the money he stole. The male then gave the victim the name Damien. So he gave his name while he was robbing. I'm Damien. Add me on Facebook.
Criminal 101. Never give your real name.
Well, you was supposed to be Troy. Set up your burner account. What's wrong with you?
These niggas ain't criminal like they used to.
He then fled the scene on a bicycle.
That's why she ain't called you, nigga. God, dog.
How we supposed to go on a date?
Oh my goodness.
This nigga hopped on the Pee Wee Herman and rolled out. That's crazy.
Hold on, let me
You
see.
gotta have some balls on you though. Be like, you know what? In the middle of this robbery, I'm thinking that you should let me take you out.
So he robbed her. He got the money.
He got the money because he told her he was gonna pay it back.
Yeah. And then was like, lock me in.
Robbed her.
Kept the money.
Take the money.
Rolled out.
Yo, I'm Damien, by the way. Like, can you add me on Facebook? Cause I'm gonna try to get this back to you. Like, really, this ain't a
This a
robbery.
loan.
This a
Yeah.
loan.
This alone.
It's a forced loan,
Yeah.
which we call a robbery here in
Yeah.
America.
But
You right.
A forced loan.
So now he's incarcerated on a $7,500 bond. He's doing court
oh, that ain't bad.
sometime down the road, but no,
He
it's
get out
not.
for $750.
How much did he rob from her? Did it say?
About $100.
Oh, that
That's
ain't even
it?
worth it. Like you don't get mad over $100.
Go get,
You gonna call the police over $100?
go get a payday loan, my nigga.
He's been charged with 1 count of armed robbery and 1 count of being a felon in possession of a handgun.
Oh, that's gonna get you
Yeah,
5
yep, for sure.
at least.
Minimum.
For $100.
Yeah, that's
$100.
Not even for the 100. It's because you was trying to get some pussy. Let's just call it what it was.
Well, that's true.
Because if you would have robbed her and rolled out, you
She
probably would
wouldn't
have
know
got
who
away.
you were.
Yeah, you
like,
would've
she's
got
like,
away.
I don't fucking know. It was $100, motherfuckers.
Yeah, she probably been like.
But now she's like, no, it was Damien. Like Damien Boyce. How do you know that? Motherfucker told me his name. Added me on Facebook. Look right here, friend request. I bet he was in a picture. Like,
This is like America's Dumbest Criminals.
Yeah,
Or
there
he
we
had
go.
the
Yeah.
post.
Yep.
Jail.
Yeah, he had the post throwing up his hood. Probably got the burner sitting right here.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what it is. But yeah, this dude sound like a dummy. Not somebody I would like to spend time with or anything like that.
but let me ask you this though. Like, woman walk up to you. Oh, excuse me, I need some help, sir. Oh, what you need? Give me all your money.
Come out with the burner.
Come out the burner, but she bad. I mean, she got everything.
I'm a smacker.
Carl Carlton, she a bad mamma jamma.
Okay.
And then she be like, but you kind of handsome. Like, you gonna be like, well, add me on Facebook.
You gotta start with. You gotta
be
start
like-
with like, do that mean I get to keep my money?
I'll be like, shucks.
She hit you with the. I didn't realize you was that handsome from back there on my bicycle.
Girl, I've been having a rough time. Girl, you don't know how good that feels.
That's wild.
So when she say, yo, Keenan, add me on Facebook, you just, okay.
Yeah.
So then the so then the wife
Don't
gonna be
lock
like,
me in.
Turn around, shorty. Yeah, I had you.
so then the wife gonna be like, why are you messaging this woman? And he'll be like, man, she robbed me. I had to talk to her to get my money back. You know, so
I was just fucking that girl. I was gonna get right back.
you know,
She
She said I had-
robbing me then.
she said I had to put it in to get the money back.
That's
so
what I said though. I'm on like, so I mean, if we about to do this thing, I get to keep this
Like
bread.
if she bad, I'd be like,
I'm like, I'm supposed to take you out if you take my bread.
if she bad, I'd be like, you know what? Just let me keep my money. You can just.
Oh, okay, you a wild boy.
You can't say that, man. Bleep
you was
that
a-
out.
You was a wild boy.
Just take it.
just take
I'll probably be more like, so you hungry or what? Is that why you robbing me? Or
But I'll take you out.
can we
to
just go
eat.
get something to eat right now? Like,
Yeah.
what you doing?
Come on, let's go get some of them lemon pepper steppers.
That's tough. Boy's a bozo though.
For sure.
Bozo Award.
Yeah, just go get a
Bozo
job,
award.
bro. You can make $100 today at Wendy's and get that right now.
You can get
They
paid right
paying you
now.
before you leave.
Drive somebody with
You might
Uber.
have to work all fucking day, but you
You
can
might
get
have to
it.
put in 10.
Yeah.
They paying good at these fast food restaurants now. 17
Yeah,
at McDonald's down
probably.
the street.
17.
Yeah.
Sure.
17.
That ain't bad for.
You can get to that hundo quick.
My kids gonna be all right with their first job. Nigga, my first job was $650, boy.
Tell me.
Slave labor out there.
I was illegal because I was definitely lower than minimum wage.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Minimum wage was like 5 something when we started working.
You forget, Chris.
Chris's vast
We
knowledge.
21 now.
We're 21 now?
We 21.
All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about these comedians. It says, pick
You almost 21 twice.
What was you saying, Linder? I got
All right,
another one.
Kenny, you're gonna have to
Thanks
do the
coming
boop. Put the comedians up there. It says pick 3 comedians to hold you down all night at a stand-up comedy show.
up. All right. Let me go
You
back.
want all 3 of mine, or you want?
He
just
not gonna
one?
be able to name them all. So
I would say, let's go with all 3 of yours. Or first, tell me who you for sure crossed out first. Like, nah, it's not gonna be that motherfucker.
Let me pull it back up. Let's see. Let me see here. Who I crossed off first?
This is a hard list, honestly.
Let me see. I can't see a couple of these.
It depends on how I'm feeling that night. And I was like, I know where I'm gonna go with.
This is a hard list.
I was just starting to say this. The
I
first
don't
person
think-
I looked at, and I was like, I can cross off was probably Tracy Morgan.
I was thinking the same thing.
I can cross off Ari Spears.
Harry Spears.
Yeah.
I crossed him off too, and he nasty a little bit.
Yeah.
Tiffany
His
Haddish
impressions
did
are
that
cool,
video.
but I don't want to
His
hear
impressions
2
are
hours
good,
of
but
impressions.
Joke's not really there.
Yeah.
For me.
And I will say one person I thought was missing from the list I really like is TK Kirkland.
He just did Drink Champs recently.
I like him. I was like, man, he could have been on there instead of I guess Harry Spears
grab-
or Trey Morgan.
This is hard, man, because I need like 5 of these niggas.
What?
Pause.
The receiver thing is buzzing
I was buzzing? Where's it at?
behind you.
Yeah, the 3.
5 minutes later.
We back. We back.
Hold on.
A wee bike.
There you go. You got it.
Back.
We back.
All right, we back. So you got to
All right.
pick 3 to hold you down all night.
All night. So like
All night.
12 hours.
Are we going 12 hours?
That's a long time.
Yeah, I would say, just a comedy show, like say
So like 6 hours.
3 hours.
6 hours.
Everybody doing an hour set.
Everybody
Okay.
doing an hour.
All right.
set.
Everybody doing an hour set.
An hour's kind of quick. I think they do pretty good for an hour.
Man, this is harder. This is hard.
Or somebody.
Give me Dave.
I'm gonna have to take off. Dave is number 1, but I'm
Okay.
gonna have to
I
take
think we
off.
all
David,
agree.
wait, David's number 1 for you?
Yes.
Okay, so that's their number 1, Dave.
My favorite comedian.
It's Dave. Okay, you taking
Chappelle.
Dave
I
number
think we
1
all
'cause
pretty
he's your
agree on Dave.
I don't know if he's
our
my
three.
number
not.
1 though.
You don't even have Dave as
Okay,
one of
I'm
your
gonna
three.
say. I'm gonna
Okay.
say. I'm taking off.
I'm gonna hear Keenan's 3 first.
All right, off the jump, it's gonna be Dave, Bernie Mac. This is tough. Dave, Bernie Mac, and Martin.
That
Those
is your
3
boy.
you hold down.
Martin is your
Those
boy.
my 3.
Why'd
They
you
ain't
pick
got
those
his boy
3?
on there.
All right, huh?
Marlon Wayans.
He's just now getting into stand-up comedy.
Yeah, he said Chris Rock drove him away for that for 20 years.
And I want to say Jamie Foxx, Mike Epps, Kevin Hart. Those are more actors to me.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen
Stand up
Wait.
is funny to me though.
Huh?
Jamie Foxx is probably one of the better comedians on this list.
Oh yeah, he is. But I'm just saying,
Especially like
all-
OJ with the leather pants and
Kev's
shit.
stand up is good.
Kev
too.
stand up is good, but I feel like Kev could be the new Martin. With the movement.
Wait, so you
comedy
counted
and-
against Kevin Hart that he's
I'm not
he's
counting
an
it
actor?
against him, but I don't know.
It sounds like you counted against him.
Because I did
think-
want to say Kevin Hart, because I mean Kevin Hart he's one of the guys I run to when some new shit comes out.
Kev's
like
only
if
the-
Bill Bellamy came out with a stand up, I'm probably not running to that.
He's only the one I've
no.
actually seen in
Was
person.
Bill Bellamy on here?
this
I
list.
didn't
Yeah,
see
Bill
it.
Bellamy's
yeah.
under Mike Epps. Chris
And Bill
Tucker,
Bellamy.
He looked young in that
It's
picture.
crazy though because looking at this list, like for real, you really can't go wrong. I
You
feel
can't.
everybody
You
had
can.
their runs.
I don't think you
I
can.
feel
Unless
like
you
Bill
pick the
Bellamy.
two
I
that
like
we
the way he tells
took off.
I
stories.
like his storytelling, but that shit's entertaining and it's funny.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
feel like
but
when I
that's-
seen his comedy, I don't feel like it's been as funny. It's kind of like Day Day and shit. Like when you
Mike
watch his
Epps?
comedy specials, yeah, it don't be as
Yeah,
funny.
Mike
Epps
Epps,
doesn't
Mike
do
Epps,
good in
his
stand-up to me.
stand-ups aren't that good to me.
But if somebody was like Mike Epps, I'd be like, that's cool.
I've never seen John Witherspoon stand up.
What about Robin Harris?
Robin
I've never
Harris,
seen him
I
do
think
stand-up,
was
but I know
Robin
that's a
Harris
funny dude.
on Comic View?
I feel like
Nah,
he's
he
an
was-
older
he
guy.
was
He's
around
been on
way
pretty much
before
everything.
Yeah, I've seen him
He
on
back in
something.
Red
but,
Fox time.
but I haven't seen Robin Harris, Red Fox, or Richard Pryor.
You never seen
I've
Richard Pryor?
I've seen Richard Pryor's.
You've seen at least highlights of his.
I've seen
stand-up.
some of Richard
Yeah.
Pryor's stand up. I've seen some of Delirious. I remember some of Delirious.
Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember.
he's a goat though.
I know
Yeah.
that. I know he's a goat. I remember some
Oh
of
no,
it.
that's why I was thinking Eddie Murphy with the leather pants. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
when you said
that
leather
was
pants, I'm
hilarious.
like, damn, man, that's some.
no, I'm thinking Eddie Murphy back when
Yeah,
he was cussing.
the red leather. He was saying the F word.
That's before he went to Disney and shit.
Where Charlie Murphy at?
He's down there.
He
But
up
I
on the
wouldn't
cab.
put Charlie
Where he
Murphy
at?
on
He
the
up on the
stand up.
cab.
Oh, okay, I see him.
I wouldn't
Charlie.
I wouldn't put him on stand up.
So what's your three?
I know
Yeah.
Charlie
You're not
Murphy from
judgmental.
the
All right,
Dave Chappelle
cool.
show.
I went with Red
What was
Fox,
your three?
Richard Pryor,
Repeat it
and
real
Eddie
quick
Murphy.
again, real quick. Hold
Dave
on.
Chappelle, Bernie Mac, and I'm gonna switch it to Kev.
To Kev.
Okay.
Yeah,
And what you
You
got
really
right there?
like Kev.
I do
Like,
like
Kev.
I rock with Kev.
I like Kev a lot.
He had a run.
I'm going Red Fox, Richard Pryor, and Eddie Murphy. So I think Eddie Murphy is probably him and Richard Pryor are probably the two best on there for me, especially early Eddie Murphy before he went on PC and shit. And I've seen like or heard Red Fox like before Sanford and Son or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
But he's really good too.
Okay.
And that shit not safe for kids or work.
So if you go, all right, if you go 5, who else you adding?
If I had to go 5,
Yeah, who you adding to that list?
Five
just to
is
get
easier.
just to get
Yeah.
some variety on the show for the night, I'd probably go. It'd probably be Cedric, and it'd probably be Dave.
I'd add
No, you know what? I'm gonna go Bernie Mac and Dave.
Bernie Mac and Dave.
Yeah.
It's a good combo right there.
Yeah, 'cause I
'Cause
mean,
I have them in my. It's like it's tough for me. Let
when
me
I
tell
said
you.
Cedric, all I could think was Bernie Mac. Little motherfucker gonna say him downstairs.
I'd add Steve.
See, I don't like Steve.
I like Steve. I
don't
like
like
that old.
Steve
I like that old country shit.
I don't like Steve stand up.
I'd probably add.
I liked him more as a host on Kings of Comedy than I liked any of his stand up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So when y'all say you don't like, you just mean they not as funny.
Yeah, like,
So I never watched the Steve Harvey stand up and been like, oh, that shit was just trash. I can't watch
Yeah.
it.
not that I thought it was trash, but I'm just like, it's not as funny as other stand-ups that I watched. Like, I remember Kev's first probably 3 stand-ups where it was like
Nigga.
laughing from start to finish.
Nigga, like the first 3, like I remember specifically. What's the second one? Seriously Funny?
Well,
I think that was
yeah,
seriously
I think
funny.
so.
Me and my wife went to California Pizza Kitchen, got food. Nigga, I couldn't eat my food. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah,
Bro.
like
The
his
thing-
first 3, I just know.
I couldn't
like, them
eat.
It was
motherfuckers
just
really
so
good.
relatable to your life. That's the thing that made
Paul
it so
Mooney? I
funny.
feel like I should.
See, I never listened to Paul Mooney other than
But that was like
stuff
that's a
on
very
Dave
old
Chappelle.
picture of him.
Oh, who?
Paul Mooney?
Paul Mooney?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, my nigga.
I'm like,
He ain't
like,
taking no new pictures though.
They got that picture. He look like Sam Cooke and shit.
That nigga said it's an old picture. I'm like, Steve got a fro, nigga.
Yeah, that's from the Steve Harvey show.
That nigga just said piggy right there.
All right, who you going with,
But
Johnny?
like my 3 would be Dave, Bernie, and Kev.
Mm-hmm.
If I could go 5, I would do Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin representing for the home team.
I like that nigga a lot. That nigga's funny to me.
Yeah, he was
That
funny.
nigga's funny to me.
I
he
used
put
to
a little
watch,
punctuation on all his cuss words too, like that nigga.
Yeah,
he
that nigga's funny to me.
and I used to love Malcolm and Eddie.
Just like Voodoo Child. I don't know if y'all ever seen that. Most people haven't, I imagine. But like that was one of his stand-ups. The first time I seen him in stand-up, and I think that's like one of the funniest stand-ups ever. So
I'd add Jamie to mine because I remember.
my 5th would have to be like.
I remember I downloaded the audio of one of
How the
his
hell we
stand-ups.
just start going to 5? Fuck,
I
we
know
doing
y'all just
5.
changing the rules.
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
I said my
just,
3.
just for
So
context.
no, it's like 3, but you know those other 2, they just like the warm up.
like
and
honorable
shit.
mention.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah, like
That's
and
what
Eddie ain't
makes
no
it hard.
warm up though, but I had to throw Eddie in there because Eddie used to be the shit.
They could do
back in
the
day.
pre-show or whatever. What is it?
And Martin, man. Although I do not think he's a great actor, his stand up is really good.
Yeah. And like I say, Cat Williams, like early Cat Williams.
Cat had a run.
But his acting is Martin's acting is funny though. Like,
It's funny. It's
He's
just not
action
good.
comedy.
well, yeah, but
It's just not good. I didn't say that I didn't like the movies. I just said that his acting is not good.
I didn't sound like Big Mama's house, but I didn't believe she's
No,
really
like
Big Mama.
I literally think Life is one of the funniest movies I
Yeah.
ever seen.
Oh,
But
Siskel and Ebert over here.
That was,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't think you.
don't even say. Well, you
Judging
better say
him
Lil
on
Clock or
his-
some shit.
I don't think that
My
movie
daddy's
judging
watch.
him on
Man,
his
fuck that watch.
his acting performance.
What you
know?
got?
I'm just
What you
throwing
got
that-
to
sit
that's
back
just
laughing.
that's just a take that I have. And I don't think he's a good actor, although I think he's one of the funniest people to walk this earth.
What you got, Chris?
I just man, I really just have to go with Dave, Kev, and Martin.
You still put Kev after he humped that lady leg?
So y'all just ain't got no love for the old school comedians.
I do.
It's
I said
nothing
Bernie
against. It's
Mac.
hard to pick 3. It's just like
Well,
those
it's
were
like
like
Bernie Mac, like let me see.
those were like. I mean, like
I
the
guess he
prime
is.
of in my prime years. Those were
Yes.
what I was watching.
Yes.
You know, not
Like, let's just be honest. Like for me, Richard Pryor was just way before my time. It's like Will Chamberlain.
like Eddie's a
For
goat.
sure.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Eddie's a goat. Like
I'm
I
not-
pick him. I put him at like 4.
That'd be like you saying.
but
Magic
those are
was your
ones that
favorite
I-
player,
So
bro.
here's my thing though, like It's not like Wilk, because like you go on like Spotify or you go on like Pandora, you just go to comedy. You can hear they got all these stand-ups
But I
on there.
don't though.
Oh, I just
I don't do
I
that.
go down the rabbit
Bro,
hole.
remember we used to be hooked on that comedy radio station? Man,
That was
that shit was good.
And then like Red Fox, like, dude, all I really know about Red Fox is Sanford and Son and Harlem Nights.
yeah.
I remember. I know I seen one of Red Fox's stand up. We had like a little fucking mug in his hand.
See,
He had
I've
on
never
glasses.
seen
I'm like,
that
I didn't know
before.
this dude was wearing glasses, but they had like the gold outline or some shit.
Yeah, see, I
I
never
was
seen
like, oh,
that.
he was
before.
pimping back in the day.
To me, that's the old school. Robin Harris, like once
Robin Harris
again,
is good.
really funny guy, but like my memories of him are still Bebe's Kids,
I was about to say Robert Harris is Baby's kids. huh?
Bebe's Kids, and Do the Right Thing, Sweet Dick Willie,
Yeah.
things like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's like it's still love to the rest of the list.
Yeah,
but, I mean, we said the two that we would not pick. Probably shouldn't even be
Said-
on the list. But
Said or I-70 compadre, like he's a goat.
I
But
70 compadre.
So let me ask y'all this: y'all got
I
y'all
would not
comedians?
put DL Hughley in though, because I do not think he's funny at all.
Really?
I don't even like him on the radio.
I've never
I
seen
like
him
him
love
on the
DL Hughley
radio.
on the
I've seen his
I
highlights.
like him
Love
on the
DL
radio. I don't like his comedy.
I don't
Yeah.
like the name of his segments, but sometimes
You don't like the name
You
of
don't like
his
fuck you,
segment?
DL?
like fuck the this is your mass shooting update. It ain't got nothing to do with that, or this is your little note from the GED section. I don't know. Well, I mean, like,
I like
hate
DL on the radio. I'm never in life liked his comedy.
Oh, okay. What was your next bit?
I was gonna ask y'all. So if y'all got y'all comedians, who y'all gonna have host the show?
Bring out
Steve
Steve.
Steve
He's
Harvey,
great at
yeah.
it.
Steve Harvey the host?
That nigga's great at
Yeah.
that. That is his
For
call.
sure. He just told the story on,
think that's the easy one.
on Shannon Sharp's pod. Was like, nigga, I was trying to be the host. I was trying to be the closer, but then when they made me the host, I was killing that shit. Where I can come in, do my couple jokes, and then get out. They said that shit was great.
I mean, one part
I don't think
of
that's
that,
a bad choice, but for me, I'd probably go Charlie Murphy.
as
Or
your
I can
host,
see Charlie Murphy or Bill Bellamy being the host.
No,
So I
that's
feel like
true.
Bill
I can
Bellamy's
see
gonna
Bill.
throw them stories in there.
Yeah.
man,
his stories
Bill
is
Bellamy's
great.
stories are too long to be the host of my show.
It's like no fuck though.
Because them stories are really funny.
But Bill
bro,
Bellamy
them
be
ones are
like,
really
yo, I didn't know
good.
you knew him, but he be like, yeah, I remember drinking with Tyson.
Yeah,
And he,
his
like,
stories
punched
are
the
really
motherfucker
good.
in the
And
that
you go
shit-
on there
that
and
shit would be
if you go on
good.
YouTube and just listen to his stories, classic material.
I would put Chris as a host, but last time he hosted, he got smashed.
Oh, you can't host
Yeah.
me no more.
No, he can't
Yeah.
host.
He ain't even fight back.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't.
I might have a rambunctious crowd or some shit. Go up there and slap you.
You
I
got
might have Pops host my shit. I might have John Witherspoon host my shit.
you got to
I
squabble,
thought John
man.
Witherspoon went up top, man. He gone.
he gone.
Okay, yeah, he can't.
That's
host
why I
me.
thought you would have picked old John Witherspoon as one of yours. At least your fifth.
Well, I've never seen his
that's-
comedy. I just know him as
yeah.
Pops.
I know that was your guy.
And then
That is my
I
guy.
only know of him as a daddy. He's always been somebody's daddy.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx would be a great
That's
host.
true.
Jamie
You know?
Foxx would be a great host.
Yeah, for sure.
But
But he
to be
blind
honest,
now. He
though,
blind now.
90% of this
Jamie
list,
Foxx is blind now.
nobody knows what's going on.
I'm
with
just
Jamie
kidding,
Foxx,
man.
bro.
I'm,
like,
I'm
you
sorry.
just throwing shit out
I'm sorry,
They
man.
said that. They said he was,
They said he was
paralyzed and
blind.
from
Yeah.
the jab.
That's why ain't nobody
From the
seen him.
jab.
Yeah.
Nah, he was probably on fentanyl.
That's what
or
they
something,
said. They said
What?
Candace Owens said this.
Yeah.
Let me
Oh, the
start with
black
that.
white
Well, we don't trust her.
Candace
Yeah.
Owens said
Yeah,
this.
no,
But
nobody
yeah,
trusts
she
her.
said his reports coming out that he's blind and paralyzed from the COVID shot.
But he was playing
from the jab.
pickleball.
What the fuck?
No, I'm just kidding.
So
That's crazy.
I'm sorry I brought that up.
who knows?
Yeah.
But like I was saying, 90% of this list, probably 95% of this list, like you can't go wrong.
Yeah, you can.
You can pick any of these people and be like, yep.
Well, you can't pick Ari Spears. Sorry.
Ari Spears is not. I'm not rocking.
I don't hate Ari
listen, though,
Spears.
I don't think Ari Spears is that funny, but his impressions are really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But who I will say, who we ain't mentioned at all, that is on here is Corey
Cat.
Holcomb. That
Yeah.
nigga's funny.
Yeah.
That he's flagrant
That
funny.
nigga-
That's
yeah,
that.
and he don't
Corey
care.
Holcomb's like he gonna start a fight though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
'cause he
sure.
should.
Yeah, hey, he
for
is.
He like that nappy head bitch. Will you should
He been on a couple podcasts lately. He been
Going
saying some
crazy.
I
stuff,
remember dude on his podcast beat up Ari Spears.
Yeah.
No shit.
That dude on the podcast talking crazy. Him and Ari Spears got into it. Ari Spears sitting next to him. He like you. This Ari Spears on him a little bit, dude, and stood up and gave Aries a nice little.
See what I'm saying? This
And
gotta
then-
hold you down all night.
but
Corey
then-
Holcomb gonna end the night early.
But
Yeah.
then, so a couple of episodes later, the dude, and Corey got into it. He was like, "Nigga, I ain't Ari Spears. I'll beat your ass. This ain't that."
I remember he was on the show Last Comic Standing. I used to watch a long time ago.
Corey
Last
Corey
comic
Holcomb.
standing was
Yeah.
great, dude.
Yeah.
Corey Holcomb is funny though. I listen to him I would say pretty regularly because he's always into it with Jess Hilarious. And he call her less hilarious, and B. Simone is that other no talent broad.
Damn.
He hate them.
Wait, so nobody had any love for Chris Tucker?
I've never seen Chris Tucker.
I've seen him on Def Comedy Jam, and it was funny, but
Now
it was cool.
I need to go back and watch Def Comedy Jam because when I was coming up, my people just make us get out the room.
Oh no, my mom's never.
I didn't get to
watched
listen
Def
to
Comedy
it.
Jam.
I used to get in trouble sitting outside the door.
I tell people that a lot though. Like me growing up, my moms didn't like
Censor
censor
you?
stuff from me.
Yeah.
Nah, because like
This show.
I know people probably,
Yeah.
but like I know people
Heathen.
who like didn't see Friday because like when it came out they were young,
Damn.
stuff like that. And my mom took me to the movies to see Friday.
I mean,
So you telling me there's people out there, you say bye Felice, and they be like,
they
What?
might know what it mean now, but they were well into their adulthood before they.
My mama tried it. She was like, sex scenes, cover your eyes. My nigga, I'd be like,
See, not even that though. My mom's never nothing. She was just like, shit. It is.
You
what
gonna see
is.
it one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how she thought.
She never
yeah.
censored anything from me. I seen all that stuff when I was a kid, and I was like, all right.
I censor a little bit, but I'm like, well, my
I
daughter
censor a
having
lot
phone,
with my kids. They
Yeah.
suburban kids. They
moving
different.
on.
when they what?
Moving on.
I was just saying, like,
Man, fuck your timeline.
that and my daughter has the internet in her hand. I really can't censor shit.
You can take the internet out of here, but
I
Yeah.
really can't.
all right. So tell us
hold
below.
on.
Leave
But
in the
what about,
comments. Who would y'all pick?
But what about Cat Williams? It's like he probably would have been like fifth
Cat
on
had
my
a
list.
run. Cat had a run.
He's
He's just silly.
Cat's
man.
funny though.
I like
man.
that.
Cat's
He's silly.
funny.
He said some real shit in his room.
It is.
Yeah.
He's a couple steps above Tracy Morgan for me.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge Cat Williams fan.
I think
but he
Cat's
had a
good,
run.
man.
That's what
Cat
I was
had
like.
a run.
It was all them together, like Kev, Cat. They had a
Cat
run
was
together.
before Kev. Cat was probably what in my mind. Cat was probably supposed to be Kev until
He couldn't get
Kev
right.
came. Yeah, but
Kev
Cat
came and perfected.
He came
But Cat
hard,
started
yeah.
doing wild shit.
True,
Though,
he got
too.
beat up by that 13-year-old.
Just all-
Yeah.
Cat Williams was just still a nigga. Like,
Yeah.
But when
Kevin
Kev
Hart was
came
like,
in,
oh, I know-
Kev
I
was
know
like,
Hollywood.
I
I
gotta
can handle this shit.
I can do this differently and be the biggest comedian in the world right now. Kevin's mind state was different.
Comedic rock star.
Yeah, that's he did
and
start
actor.
that.
That movie was great.
Which one?
Where he killed the man.
Oh, well, him
Oh,
and Wesley
yeah.
That
Snipes.
show, that was a
That
TV
shit was
show,
amazing.
Yeah, a
But
series.
just like I told him when we was at the club with him that night, like, bro, I remember you in Paper Soldiers, nigga. You was funny, but you wasn't
You was at the
this.
club with
Sure,
him.
yeah.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
This nigga got money. You should be drinking with Kevin Hart.
We did. We was in.
That was before he had money.
We was in
I was,
the.
like, I was a broke nigga back then.
We was in the green room
Tell
kicking
me
it
you
with
got
him.
money
I
without
was
saying you
in the
got
dressing
money.
room
We
eating the
were.
free chicken, nigga. What you talking about?
They wanted them tickets off the radio, my nigga.
No, we didn't. Nah, we had a
joking.
plug.
I know.
We had
I
peoples who
fucking
knew
know.
peoples, and
We had a
I was
plug.
like, yo, wait, what? You was just out
The
here
plug
clubbing with
is
Kevin
funny.
Hart?
We had a
We
plug.
had people who knew peoples, and we was in the spot.
K-Baby, what's up?
Hey, so who would you add to this list that's not on there?
I told you, TK Kirkland.
Oh, TK Kirkland. Who would you add? I go with my other I-70 compadre. I'd add Lavelle Crawford.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely. if
That
it
dude is one
Ari
of the.
Spears.
That dude
He
might
is one
be
of the funniest people
Hey,
in the world,
low key,
bro.
if he was more popular, and he
Yeah.
might be, and I just don't
Are
know.
you
He's the
saying like
greatest.
if he was skinnier?
No,
He's skinnier now.
that ain't got nothing to do with it. That nigga funny.
He's funny because he's
as
fat.
hell.
Earthquake.
What my nigga said.
he's
My nigga
okay.
said.
He said, I look like a
Okay.
big gallon of milk.
Lavelle
My nigga said,
Crawford
yes, little black fat
is
boy.
funny, bro. Like we went to see him at the Improv,
That dude
and we
is
literally
hilarious.
laughed from the time he started to the time he left. And it has been probably 3 years, and we went with Brittany and Jeremy. We still talk about that show to this day.
Shout out.
that one was
Lavelle
funny,
Crawford,
man.
bro.
Yeah,
So Lavelle Crawford got a beef for not being on the list.
that's fair.
When you post this, can you like X out somebody and put Lavelle Crawford right there?
I ain't that
Get
good.
your
Jay.
Photoshop game together.
He also,
I'm not gonna say I'm not that good. I'm not doing it.
He also might not have been out as long though.
Lavelle
I mean,
Crawford?
but Corey Holcomb's probably the newest on this list, right? Yeah.
No,
No,
Kevin
let me
Hart will
see.
be the newest.
So when y'all say the newest, a lot of that is like we just know when they blew up, but a lot of these
Yeah.
dudes be grinding for
They be
years.
grinding.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like when they blew up, when we found out who they were, like I would think
Like, even
Corey
Paper
Holcomb was the
Soldiers,
newest.
like
on the
Kev
list.
was nobody.
Yeah.
Right.
40-year-old version. Nobody knew who that little nigga that walked into whatever tech
That's
and
true.
started tripping was.
Oh, Smart Tech?
Smart, yeah. Nobody
Yeah.
knew.
Great fucking scene.
Nobody knew the nigga.
This shit means?
You know what
Both of y'all.
So, you know,
That's funny stuff. That's a classic.
that is. You know,
Would you add any white comedians on here?
Dude, you know, like Will Ferrell.
What,
I've
Gary
never seen a
Owens?
stand-up, but like
Yeah.
Gary Owens, I don't know if he's that funny on stand-up.
Owen,
I
Gary
like his
Owen.
story.
It's only one of them.
Owens.
He hates when he's caught Owens.
It's
Well,
only
Gary
one of 'em.
Owen.
Excuse me.
I like his
He's gonna be
storytelling.
here. He's gonna be here. At
Yeah,
the
the
Improv.
Improv.
Who else is out there?
I'll put Steve Carroll up there.
I don't think any of them are
I
actually
feel
as
like
good as
they're
any of them.
funny on movies, but I don't know
Yeah.
if they're funny like stand up wise.
Well, that nigga's made me laugh a lot.
On stand up,
What's that Asian guy's
no,
name? Was
just-
it something Choi?
Oh, the
Chow?
half black dude?
Are you talking about Chow?
Yeah,
That nigga funny.
Hangover?
Yeah,
The doctor?
Chow.
Yeah.
No, not
Yeah.
Chow. Not Chow. It's a guy. He has a special on Netflix. I think it's Choi or something like that.
He's half black, half Chinese, right?
I don't know for sure.
Like light skin. He just look light
I
skin.
don't even know this man's name. I
That
can't
nigga-
say
I
his
know,
profession.
That's true. He was
That-
struggling with his name.
That nigga's funny, bro. He's hilarious.
I
I don't
feel
think I
like-
put anybody white on. They're not good enough to
Wow.
put on a list.
I don't listen to it
Affirmative
either. Though.
action,
Let's just
Chris?
be
What the
honest
fuck?
though. It's not.
I'm
like
just
that
saying.
shit out
It's
here
dead,
just
bro.
checking for it either though.
And they
Like,
got
I'm not
rid of
just
affirmative
listening
action.
to like white
Moving to
comedy.
the next.
Move it to it.
But hold on, if they was,
Segue
but
on in it.
the thing is, if they was funny enough, you'd see it. You'd come across it, especially with the internet nowadays.
Have you came across Richard Pryor? Because he's funny as fuck.
Well, yeah. But I'm talking about white comedians.
Larry the Cable Guys, who y'all got?
That's their king.
That's who y'all
Exactly.
trying out there.
and he wasn't
Exactly.
even the funniest one. The other one was
Foxworthy?
Jeff
funnier.
Foxworthy?
Yes, he was funnier than him.
Yeah.
I didn't want
And
to
he's
go
still
be a
mid
kid.
overall.
I don't know. Honestly, I just don't know.
Like,
I know
we
there's
got some-
funny white comedians because you
Yeah.
can like watch like that Laugh Factory channel or whatever, and you see like funny fucking people or whatever. So I know they out there. They might not be big names, but
Or even
was-
great
who-
on
who-
movies.
what was old
It's
boy
hilarious
from,
movies, but not
Yeah,
stand-ups.
so like Will Ferrell, it was hilarious.
I love
It,
Larry.
it was
Will
two
Ferrell's
of them
movies.
from Last Comic Standing. What was the dude?
Adam
Blue?
Sandler.
What was Jeff
Yeah.
Blue?
He can do cool.
And what was the
stand-up.
other dude from like Carolina? What was that dude's name?
I don't remember.
Oh well, let's
I
move.
remember
What's
Jeff
up with-
Blue
what's up
because
with
he had
black
like
people?
Down
We get
syndrome.
scoliosis.
That's how you think, bro. That's
Something
how
like
you
that.
think.
Yeah. Sorry,
That's
I
how
didn't
you
mean to
think,
give him
bro.
Down syndrome.
you remember his name?
That's how you-
You
that's how
remember
you-
his
that's-
name?
I mean, it's
That's
shit.
how you
Let's
do
just
it.
go.
That's helping you remember.
Yeah, let's just go.
That's the equivalent of the wheel spinning. the pinwheel.
That's like the turn the radio down. You lost. Oh shit! I don't know
yeah.
where I'm at.
Make you think straight.
All right, last thing we got to talk about. The Supreme Court came out with a lot of decisions this week. One of the big decisions they came out with was they really ended affirmative action for higher education. Yep, that's it. A lot of people are pretty pissed at Clarence Thomas because he wrote in this opinion that even though he knows he benefited from affirmative action, he still voted against it.
That doesn't make sense to me.
That he voted against it.
Yeah. Because if I feel like things when you benefited from, you should understand
And
the
you should
importance and you should
champion it.
appreciate it a little bit different, I guess.
It gave you the chance to be where you at, so now you squander somebody else's chance.
I don't believe that at all. But
Oh, okay.
What do you believe? Let's go.
man, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough, right? Because affirmative action was like, hey, you guys need to give these people a chance because in the past we have been some racist fuckers. Basically, that's basically what it boiled down to.
Reparations.
Not even reparations. It was like, yo, we'll let y'all try, and it was for like minority people and women. But now my stance, the way I look at it now, is like, dude, if you don't fuck with me, you don't fuck with me. Like, I don't know if I want to be the affirmative action hire. And
You don't want to be. The
I don't
nigga.
know if you know that you're the affirmative action hire.
I feel like in some situations, when it's like, look around, we're like, oh, so it's just me, huh? You don't think you would notice? Like, why is there no other brothers in here?
Or would you really care if that check hitting?
I would.
Like,
I don't
They talk
think I
about you in
would.
the coffee room, my nigga.
That's cool.
but it's
Reason
kind of
you're
like
here because you're black.
Most people
Like
probably
back in
feel
the
like
day,
that
they probably
anyway.
felt like that. But
Most people probably feel like that now.
Yeah.
for me, it's like, dude, life ain't long enough for me to go to work every day and just be like damn near miserable. Like, y'all don't want me here. I really don't want to be where I ain't wanted. So what the fuck are we doing here?
Oh, you just.
But would you be-
potted that? You going back to the first topic?
would you be
man.
miserable if that check hit? We
Yes.
back to that.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Like, what would make
How
you
much is your
miserable,
sanity
though? Like,
worth,
what they
though?
doing to you?
Yeah.
Like, they throwing paper and shit at you?
no, not even throwing paper.
nigga?
Like, I
They,
mean,
they stacking the
You
work
got a
up on
bullet?
you?
You got a bullet?
It's not even throwing paper. It's just like, dude, when you go somewhere, like, if you fuck with these people, if they fuck with
If
you.
the energy's off, you
yeah,
know,
like, you
I
walk
get
in the room
that.
like, bad vibes. Like
I
I don't want to
See,
go do
me
that every day
personally,
for
I
8
don't
hours.
care about an employee feeling that about me or a coworker. Like, nigga, you ain't got to
That's
like
true.
me. I don't like you either. I'm
That's
just coming
true.
to get this check.
I mean,
It depends on where I'm at to be affected.
I don't want
by
to
the
sit
energy.
in a miserable atmosphere for 8 hours a day. But then again, this
I just
decision
can't
was
let people affect me like that, I guess.
Once I put them AirPods in, buddy, I'm in a
Yeah.
whole nother level.
I'm in my own atmosphere
I'm good.
of one.
Unless you like doing something to me to make me feel
Yeah.
that way, like you really fucking with me, then that's different. But like if it's just you don't talk to me, like
Yeah.
nigga, I'm cool. I'm an only child. I don't want to talk to you neither.
That's what I was gonna say. If you leaving me alone, I kind of prefer that. So I'm in my zone.
So this decision was more about higher education. So basically, like if you apply for a college, they might say, okay, we do admissions based on a point system. Like you get points for your GPA, ACT, extracurricular activities and shit like that, volunteer time you did somewhere. And you're African American, you're Asian, you're Hispanic, you get an extra point for that too. So now they're just saying like, you know what, we're gonna take that away.
We're gonna put y'all on the same scale as
Yeah, basically like
Like-
everybody's gonna be
on the same scale.
on the same scale, so to speak.
Yeah, because then if you're not giving me extra points, then I'm the minority now.
But then you're dealing with now you got to deal with all the people who's
You're not the minority because you have like what they call institutionalized racism, sir.
But I'm like, if I'm not getting no points, how am I supposed to get the job?
This was
Your
this
skin
for
tone
college.
face
gonna
is a
get you in
point.
there.
It's
Oh,
more
I
like
make sure
your
I
name.
click white on every application I put in.
Yeah, I
Of
do it
course,
sometimes
for
too.
sure.
put black on there, see what happens.
They be like
I
race,
shoot,
I be
they-
like white. You
They
show
act
it,
like
they
I put
oh,
black.
shit.
I ain't got no calls from nobody.
Put black on there, see what happens.
No, this wasn't for like the workplace. This is strictly for higher education.
So getting admitted into college.
yeah, so like
Okay.
college admitting and shit like that. Like, hey, you can't be using affirmative action basically like as a reason for doing this and that. So now if you got a Harvard, before a Harvard would say, we want to get some more minority students and this and that. Now they can be like, oh, well, we don't have to have no black people. So Timmy, you and your brother can come because your dad,
I'm a
bought
little
gym.
conflicted here.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Your family has been keeping the library abreast for years. so
I'm a
y'all
little
good.
conflicted here though because
Greatness
if you
is
good
word.
enough, if you good enough to be there, if you take care of the business and all that to score the points to get into that school, then you'll get into that school. But at the same time, if it's like just straight up like black, throw it out, black, throw it out, that's when it's an issue.
That's the thing.
But
Because
it was
it's-
like that.
Yeah.
That's why we
saying.
started.
Yeah.
But if we go back to that, then I got an issue with it. But if it's just like in the world we live in today, it's like, yo, this African American, this black person, he checked all the boxes. He is qualified to go to our school. He's admitted in, and you just like, no, thank you, because he black. Then that's the issue.
No, thank you, Damien.
Yeah.
What if we got like the extra bubble? Like, never mind.
You gotta say it
Thought about that?
now.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you thought about that?
Yeah, I'm gonna censor myself.
Well, you can bleep it out. Say it.
It's a long bleep.
Yeah, don't do that.
We've had a long bleep before.
Yeah, nigga.
But nah, I just feel, I don't know, man. The world we live in today is different than when affirmative action came into play. But I'm not gonna say it's not important or it is though. Like,
Do you think it's less important now that we have like the internet and shit goes viral so fast?
I think that has a lot to do with some things because people are scared of that. That shit hit Twitter, your ass is grass.
I'm gonna be honest. What I really believe is a lot of companies realize that they can't, or schools or whatever
you can't get away with bullshit no more.
whatever it is. Don't know, but they need us there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you need black people to be at these schools and things like that. Like, we bring value that you don't get from a white person sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case. I'm just in generally saying,
Chris, I was just taking shots. For the whole coach
Taking
over here.
hitting strays.
He was white.
That was a direct hit, Battleship.
Well, I'm just saying in general
You
though,
sunk your
because like you
battleship.
have just as well as you have like these gifted and or maybe not, but you have gifted white people. You have equally as gifted black people, and if you just shutting out black people from your thing, like you taking an L on your talent pool.
Honestly, I think it still happens, especially with some of these old white people sitting behind the desk making these decisions. I feel like they're like, I don't want my school to be 30% black. So I'm gonna deny these black people.
Yeah, and that's where I'm like,
way to win us back, Chris.
No, I'm just saying. I feel like I feel like it still happens.
Of course
You know?
it happens.
I don't know, man. On a day to day, I don't see it enough to be like, I don't know.
The great Kanye West said, "Racism is still alive. They just be concealing it."
And I don't disagree with that. I just think it's different. But I also, like, I can honestly say, like, I've had opportunities that I don't know, like, I don't think my skin color had anything to do with it.
Yeah.
So you thought.
I mean, maybe it did. Maybe they was like, "Hey, we gotta get a nigga in here. This the one."
But they made you feel welcome.
But they ain't treat me bad when I got there. I tell you.
What if they was like after the interview? Well, the nigga was bald, so we can do that. If he had dreads, we wouldn't bring him in.
That's
here.
a real shit
Yeah.
though.
So
Like, man, the way you
what
look,
was it called? The crown law.
whatever. But the way you look can determine your access to things where it shouldn't.
I
It
remember-
might not be like it shouldn't, but it does.
I remember when my boy was trying to get a certain position with the city, and he had dreads. As soon as he cut them dreads, he got the position he wanted. So
I would have filed a lawsuit so fucking big.
So do you? So you feel like a part of that affirmative action should be like, we need to have a certain percentage of our institution have dreadlocks. So then if you cut your dreads, we got to let you go.
No, because that's just a fad. Like, you know,
I know. I'm
it
just
might
saying.
roll back to cornrows in another 20 years. But for me, it's like, I understand, and that's why I appreciate the people who years ago was like, I'm gonna be the first black person to go to Ole Miss and shit. But now in this day and age that we in now, it's like, look, if I'm a college student, right, and I apply for this school and they don't really fuck with black people, I don't want to be on campus. This is my whole environment for 4 years. That I don't like, it's bad vibes. Don't nobody fuck with me. I don't really fuck with them. I'd rather go to like an HBCU.
That's what I was about to say. If I
You know what I'm saying?
if I was a high schooler coming out of school now, and I didn't have some big school chasing me down to come play sports for them, I would totally just try to go to an HBCU. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go kick it with my folks for 4 years.
bro, they got trombones everywhere.
So
Also on the other side though, I could see it if I was like a white student and I did everything right, and it's like, oh, you just didn't get in, and he was like, but he got in. Like, why the fuck he got a half point more than me just for being black? Like, goddamn.
That's what I was
Well,
saying.
that's
that,
how
right?
you feel on the other side. Like if Chris
That's
got
what
in and I didn't, be
you
like,
can see it
my
from
shit
both
look the
sides.
same,
So
yeah.
it's like, man, I don't envy the Supreme Court judges, but it sucks to be y'all because you gotta say shit and then you gotta put it on paper and people hold the shit against you. Clarence Thomas, fuck you, you did this, but
my pops literally just said that upstairs.
fuck Clarence Thomas.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. They
Before
not
he
fucking
left,
with Clarence Thomas
he was
right
talking
now.
about that. He literally just said that.
They not fucking with Clarence Thomas, man.
Especially, and he said exactly what you said. The affirmative action helped his ass get in.
Yeah.
Don't he got a white wife?
Who?
Clarence Thomas.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
then
white
he
wife.
took the
If I
seat.
if I had one guess, I would have guessed
Yeah,
he
I
had a
would
white
think
wife.
so.
Yeah.
I think her name's like Jenny or something.
They talk
Jenny.
about it in the bed.
Jenny from the block.
You know what you right. No, not
He
that
replaced
Jenny.
Thurgood Marshall, I think it was. That's why a lot of old
The
black
GOAT?
people don't fuck with Clarence Thomas. Like, you replaced Thurgood, and this what you did to us?
That's the GOAT.
Well, one of them. He's our GOAT. Nope, that's all I got. Give us your comments below on affirmative action. For it or against it. Johnny, where's the wisdom?
I got
You heard
fun,
what he
man.
said.
So if you had the 3 Supreme Court judges to handle your case, which ones would you choose?
If I had to pick 3,
Yeah.
I'd probably pick...
The crazy thing is he knows who the Supreme Court judges are.
it depends on what the case was, though, right?
What if you on murder or something crazy?
Capital murder, nigga.
Capital murder?
Yeah.
Or Rico?
Oh, I wouldn't. I don't want to get... I'd probably Ketanji Brown. And I'd probably go Clarence Thomas. And I'd probably go Brett Kavanaugh.
Who's gonna represent you?
Do I got to pick a justice to represent me?
Yeah.
They have to be alive?
They got to be alive? Because I would go Thurgood for sure.
No, they don't got to be alive. That some of them were dead on that
No, I'm going to
comedy
take
list.
Thurgood no matter what. Like,
Yeah,
what do you
so-
mean? Like, he's black.
Ready?
Okay, I think I gave Johnny enough time.
Yeah.
I found it. I had to find my picture. I took a picture of this.
Oh, you did. So you did your homework this week.
Yeah.
Look
Hold on,
at you.
hold on.
Johnny's wow. Johnny's wow for you
Let's
week.
go.
Heath Ledger. This is from the words of the day.
Okay.
Heath Ledger,
Hold on real quick.
the late great.
The Joker goat. Joker goat.
This is
probably
gonna
did
be
the best.
kind of a callback for our old something we used to say a lot back in the day.
We did as a wolf pack.
No. that ain't
Like
what I
not
wanted.
What the
not
fuck was
that long.
that?
Not that long.
I was
ago.
looking for
Like, since
one
we've been recording the
magic
pod.
sounds.
All
We've
right,
always
man.
been the wolf.
Go ahead, dude. You played a crazy drop.
We'll always be the wolf pack.
That shit was like a boar or something.
All right, man. Everyone you meet always ask if you have a career or are you married or own a house as if life was some kind of grocery list. But no one ever asks if you are happy. Ask your peoples if they happy, man. Make sure they straight.
Chris, are you happy?
Yeah.
Are you straight?
Self care. Yeah.
Check on your
good.
strong friends.
There.
You ain't said that
Pop
in a
out
while.
a sailor man. Are you all right?
No.
What
Okay.
you need, buddy?
$20.
Easy.
Let me hit that cash out.
Easy money. I just
From
sent
each-
you
from each
$28.
one of y'all.
I just sent you $28, so you should be good.
He happy.
Hey, can you get me back next week though?
I'm like, nigga, how much you drink last night?
Tough day, man.
I started thinking last night. I was like, when you niggas had the $100 nights, you niggas was going. Y'all niggas was going in.
Bro, that was before
that,
kids.
that kettle one was only $6. You niggas was drinking under the table.
We was doing things.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
Boy, I
we was
tell you,
living.
boy.
Take us out of here,
And
kid.
the liver was young back then.
Yeah. Liver ain't
Ladies
like
and
that.
gentlemen.
Pancreas kicking.
We would like you to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to tell a friend, and then tell your mama we about this thing.
And subscribe.
And your cousins too.
And like.
And comment.
And comment.
I think we want to do like 4 fucking things.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
My bad.